All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. So, me and a couple of the homies were having a conversation, and we were talking about something that we was watching. Where this is something that we grew up having discussions about and having agreements and understandings on, and that was basically your ex is off limits to me, right? I want nothing to do with your ex or your family members as far as dating with the homies. So I know there's people that they see it different ways. But our perspective is this, and I feel like ours is the safest and the more loyal way. Okay, for one, now when a person break up, okay, cool, they're broken up. Yeah, somebody's going to try to date them. If they're loyal, right? There's certain things they won't do. Um, Example: me and these same homies. And this is the thing: when we were teenagers, we made this an understanding. Here we are, grown as men now, and we live by this. So, as kids, I remember we were sitting down, a group of us, and I said, look, like, I'm not with this dating your ex or dating your relatives, your sisters, your cousins, or whatever. I said, I value our friendship more than that. There's too many females out here that we can, choose from than I have to, you know, uh, uh, depend on you breaking up with someone. That's the way I see it. Because here's the deal. If you can date my ex, I don't even like that term, my ex, but somebody that I used to date, and you're aware that like, yeah, this was, you know everything, like you're fully aware. That means you probably was hoping we broke up. You couldn't have been like, yeah, man, I'm happy for y'all. I'm in your corner. Then all of a sudden, now we broken up, and now, ooh, okay, now whether she breaks it off or whether I break it off. So the reason that, like I said, we come to that conclusion is because I value our friendship more. It's a different situation. Like if you met the girl first, now the person that you're friends with, you become, cool afterwards. 10 times out of 10, you never get as cool as you would have been if you'd have met them first. It's not the same experience. So, same thing like with your sisters or something. Like you and the homies always together, y'all chilling all the time. And then all of a sudden now, one of your homies is making it like, yeah, oh yeah, I gotta do something, yeah, or just don't answer the phone, or you don't see him for a little bit, right? Then you come to find out, like all of those times that he was lying to you about what he had to do, where he was going, is because he was hooking up with your sister or your cousin. How could you possibly see him the same way? Like, think about it. He wasn't being straight up with you, and that lame excuse, about you wouldn't have understood, or we didn't know how to tell you why. Why was it so difficult? And what happens when they start going through situations? It's going to become problems, and especially if you have the type of family where, let's say, for example, mother or the father noticed that the daughter's not acting like herself, and then she starts, what, talk to me, what's going on? And she starts talking about something that this boy did. And parents are quick. The first time they hear something that they don't like, automatically you're a bad person, right? And they jumping on the phone. Oh yeah, so your niece and here dating this guy. This guy did this and did that. Now they're going off what the daughter said. Now she could be in the wrong. She could be lying or she could be telling the truth. But now what starts happening? Mama don't like the dude no more. Papa don't like the dude. Don't bring him. Don't bring him around here. I don't want him coming. He's not welcome here no more. Right? Auntie, cousins, everybody, uncles, they don't like him. Now they like, don't you ever turn your back on your mother, your father for some nigga. You know how that go. she told me what happened. He ain't worth your time. Trust me, you might hurt now, but trust me, you gonna get over him, and there's plenty of men out there, and blah blah blah, that type of thing. Now you know what's happening. Now she felt like, damn. Why? She still got feelings for this dude, but she was angry. So because she was angry, she went and said all of these things. But she didn't really want to break up with him. She was just looking for somebody to talk to and vent, right? Some type of support to feel like she's right about her position. But guess what? She didn't expect them to get to that point where they're like, I don't want him coming over here no more. Now she done bit off more than she can chew. Now, how does that affect you? Because this was your homie, right? He's explaining to you what happened. You don't even want to be in this position. But now you're doing the same thing that your sister is doing or your cousin is doing now, right? Whoever the relative is. Because now it's like you still hang with them, but you meet up with them at places because the family don't accept them and your parents don't want them around. Now, if it's a situation where even if you're grown and you got your own places and all that, that's whatever. The point, what I'm saying is the relationship is never the same. Every relationship that I know of, and I know some of it times it worked, but every situation I know of when that was the case, it never worked. It never lasted. At some point, they divorced. I mean, what happens when this was your homie? Now you got nephews and nieces. This is now your brother-in-law or would-be brother-in-law if they were married or whatever. And now it's a custody thing going on. Your sister got you in and out of court for things. This was your homie. Now you sit and look back and you realize, damn, you wish this never happened. But it did. And that's why I feel like it's like for me, because I feel like this. It's like dating your ex. If you can date somebody I used to be with, like I said, you more than likely wanted us to break up. Or even if we didn't break up, all she had to do was just be a hoe. And you would have been doing whatever she wanted. And then if you got caught, yo, man, nah, man, she wasn't worth it, man. I was just trying to show you, like, how many times have you heard that before? Or know somebody say that? I was just trying to show you she wasn't worth, like, oh, so you going to screw her? No. The one thing that you learn from situations like that, one thing about dealing with the opposite sex and money, you find out where people stand with you. And there's other things too, a whole lot of other things. But money and women, that's one thing you learn about your homies. Females are more, they're more, most females I know, they like, I've known females to like end up dating their friend's brother or something like that. Females are less likely to do that, but it does happen. They're less likely to do that though. Males are more likely to date the opposite. They like date your friends and family members and all that on some sneaky shit. Whereas the females are more open with it. Like they want to make it known that they got a thing for your brother or whatever, or they dating or whatever. But here's the thing. See, now how do you balance quality time? What happens if that friend and like your girl and then your sister start beefing? They're not cool no more. See, this is all the things that people don't think about. And I'm like, nah, man, nah. I've seen too much happen. Like back in the day, man, I was cool with this dude named Gene. Gene is like 9 years older than me. I mean, when I met him, I was 16. He was 25. And I always been a mature guy. So even if we were like, many years apart, like me and him, it's like I still, you'd have to dumb yourself down to be around me. I was on your level. I understood. And I was mature. So people used to, and for that matter, even people I was around, like, yo, I always thought you was older than us, man, because you was always like the mature one. Like you was the one. We do some dumb shit. You like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like I would check people. I still do. All right, because I'm not gonna allow you to put me in some, help me to get myself in a lousy situation. So what ends up happening with Gene is this: we had the same conversation one time, and I remember Gene was like, "Oh, I don't see a problem with you. Like I'm saying, y'all broke up, man." I'm like, so what you saying is, if I break up with a chick right now, and all of a sudden you see her and y'all talking and conversating, somehow the wheels start turning and something that was mine. You've been around me and this chick a dozen times. And now all of a sudden you find her attractive now. Nah, you always had those thoughts. And to me, he showed me he wasn't loyal. And I'll give you some examples about him, for things that you might not be thinking about as of right now from hearing what I'm saying so far. I can remember it was a chick I dated named Camilla. When me and her stopped dating, right? She had some crazy shit happen. Her and her aunts did some illegal shit, whatever, and it was just some crazy stuff. But when Gene met her, now mind you, Gene is, first of all, he's 9 years older than us. But when Gene met her, he was trying to talk to her. So it was her, him, and it was, I forget the other guy name, and it was another female who I actually dated as well. Where he's trying to holler at them. All they wanted to do was smoke his weed up. So one day he tells her, like, yo, like, what's up? Like, yo, we trying to talk to you, yo. Like, he's like, you know what I'm saying? So we smoke, yo. It's like, you just bounce. Like, what's up? I'm trying to get to know you. She told him, you ain't shit. Right? He's like, what you mean? He's like, I thought you and Aries was tight. Well, yeah, it's my man. I'm saying, y'all ain't together. And she's like, so what? We used to be. Why would you, like, want to date somebody that your friend dated? And here's my thing. This is a nasty thought. Imagine any one of you, me and you, we here, right? You were the female. I done booty fucked her. I done bent over. I done skull fucked it. I done some everything. She done drank these seeds, all that. She done did all of this. There's nothing you're doing with her that I haven't done. That don't make you feel just a little weird inside for the three of us to be sitting around each other knowing I done had her naked. I done did all types of shit. I done did shit you probably ain't got a chance to do yet. And you're not going to do it as good. But like, I'm only serious. But nah, that don't make you just feel a little weird. Like, damn, he done had the leg up. He done hit it from the back. She done yelled his name. She done, you understand what I'm saying? All that. At some point, you're going to feel like, nah, man, she might still have feelings for him. Or he might still have feelings for her. You know what? It just feel weird. You know what? You know what you're going to be doing? When I'm not around, you're going to be like, yo, you still got feelings for Aries? Yo, I don't want you around him, yo. It's like, yo, y'all used to do. Now, the things you already knew, now it's starting to come into play. Now, just imagine when the roles was reversed. Did you remove yourself and give us our space, or was you trying to be a third wheel? And usually that's what third wheels are about. I think a lot of times people get blinded because I see, like, especially now, these young boys, even grown ass men be doing this shit. Where your chick walking around with booty shorts on. You and your homie sitting up in a room playing video games with headphones on, all this goofy shit, and your friends running back to the fridge and back and forth to the bathroom. And they watching your chick with booty shorts on. She walking around like it's just you and her in the house. Or she just by herself in the house. She walking around in front of your friends like that. And you don't think some of these motherfuckers like, damn, yo, if I just get the chance, just one time, I'm a woman. Of course they are. And that's how you find out who your real friends are. And this dude Gene, like, for example, when a guy's not getting none, when a person that don't get none, they're quick to be disloyal. I remember one time we were me and a couple other homies we was in the car. We saw him. We was in the car. He was parked way down the street because we went to pick up another homie that lived a couple of houses down from him. He comes out the house, right? And he starts walking the other way. So he cuts down the street. Now, when we drive to go around hit the main avenue, we see him going into the Chinese restaurant. We went to the shopping center. We was in that shopping center for about maybe 35, 40 minutes. And the shopping center we went to, it's like walking distance, man. It's like from where we was parked to where we went to, like deep in the shopping center. It's like a strip, like both sides of the street, all the way down to stores. One of those type of places. So you could walk there in like 12 minutes. You understand? 15 minutes the most. Real close. All right, on foot. Even so, we on the way back, we see him literally coming out of the Chinese restaurant, walking back to his house. So he sat down, bought some food, sat down and ate, and he came back home. When we saw him, I remember, we pull over and, what up? So we all dapping each other up, and we getting ready to go because we going out, and we got some females that we about to meet up with out in Perth Amboy, New Jersey at the movie theater. And then whatever else. But we going out there to chill. So we chill. He's like, nah, we about to roll. He's like, we all, what's up? He's like, nah, man, we got to the movies. We got some females waiting for. Oh shit, I just got some good motherfucking pussy, boy. Yeah, I just came from Brooklyn, man. We all looked at each other at the same time. They looked at him, like, you coming from Brooklyn now? Yeah, just got off the train. I'm just coming, yeah, you got some good motherfucking pussy, man. Yeah, man. And that shit hit different. Because I'm looking at him, and we all staring at him. And he looking like, what's up? He like, hold up, G. You just got off the train? No, I just got off the bus. But I got off the train. Yeah, I just came from Brooklyn just now. I said, you wasn't home like a few minutes ago? Nah, I said, I was out in Brooklyn and all that dumb shit. I looked at him. I said, G, how long you been in Jersey? Right now. Like, how long you like, would you ask? I said, how long have you been in New Jersey? Like, as of right now, we talking. You just got off the bus and, right, you coming home now. I said, how long have you been in New Jersey? I said, he's like, I'm saying, including the bus ride. Like, I said, so wait, you, right now, where you coming from? The bus? Yeah, man, why you asking me these questions? I said, yo, G, if you just got off the bus, the street we on right now, you would be coming from that way. Why are you coming from the other street? The bus don't stop there. The bus come all the way up here. So why would you get off the bus way over back there and walk up this way? I'm just saying. He like, yo, like, why you interrogating me, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just got off the bus. I just walked up, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you know I got problems with these niggas on the corner, man. So if I see these niggas is on, that's what I'm saying. So I looked at him. And I just couldn't hold back. I said, Gene, man, I don't know what happened to you. Or maybe this is just who you always been. I said, Gene, we was parked over here because we just picked Ernie up. We saw you walk. You left the house. I know you avoid Springfield Avenue. You walked down this side street, Gene. We saw you. You walked down there. When we drove around, we saw you go into the Chinese restaurant, Gene. We went to the Irvington Center. We came back up. And we saw you when you came out. And this is where you coming from now. And I just asked you 4 or 5 times where you coming from, how long you been in Irvington. Because I'm giving you the opportunity to tell the truth. And just say, yo, you was coming from the Chinese restaurant. Because even if you said you went to see a chick earlier, we still know you lying because you ain't went to Brooklyn, got no ass, and came back. Always to a whole different state. I said, you coming from the Chinese restaurant. Why you got to stand up here and lie about shit, Gene? You 9 years older than us. I said, and we don't need role models or examples, but damn, it would be cool to be around somebody that can be straight up. And if you will lie about this, what else have you been lying to us about, man? You not coming from no girl house. You coming from a fucking Chinese restaurant. And anyway, yo, Jan, we saw you, man. Why you lying? You came from the... No. I'm saying... I'm like, yo, all right, but look, we out. Yo, see you when we see you, man. And, you know, I remember him coming to me one time talking about, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was smoking Woolers back in the day. I ain't gonna lie, Aries. I was doing drugs, man. And he was just a liar, man. Now, think about that story. Now, can you imagine you dating some chick that's loose like that? You don't think he's going to try to mess with her behind your back? Yo, I was just being a man, yo. I'm saying, yo, man, you know these bitches. This is what they do. And if you're lame and naive, you'll go for that. But if you think about it, common sense, nah. She all those things obvious, right? But you supposed to be my homie, right? And you did that for what? To show me? No, you did that because your desperate ass is not loyal. I know in this generation, people do shit different. I be seeing dudes with females. They be doing twerk videos with the boyfriend sitting right there. They be walking around with thongs and flaunting themselves, and the boyfriend sitting right there with that, well, you know, she got the right to do what she want mentality. That's why relationships don't work. You want a man to basically respect whatever your wishes are. But then when you get that dude that's soft like that, you don't respect him. He has no backbone. You could walk all over him. You probably be strap on, pegging him, and all of that type of stuff. But at the same time, think about it. Think about it. You have a female that is now yours, that your homie done screwed and traveled with, did everything, but now she's with you. Then the relationship don't work. Then what? You and the homie gonna get back together? And nah, it's just a separate relationship. So on one hand, you gotta look at it this way: if your homie don't value the relationship the way you do, it's very possible something may happen that will show. But two, if he doesn't value the relationship the way you do, more than likely that relationship ain't gonna work with that female. And trust me, regardless to what happened, you and him ain't gonna be cool no more. It's just one of them things where he's just gonna stop coming around, stop calling. Y'all ain't cool. Y'all bumping each other here and there. And think about this. In this society, in this time right now, where men and women don't get along, where men and women are constantly at each other's throats and just, right? Think about it. All it takes, just say for example, like one of the females was talking on one of these videos we were watching, and she was talking about, she said if a man loses his job or get injured at work or something, and he's out of work for a little while and he can't pay for shit, she said, I'm going to cheat. This is what she flat out said. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to cheat. Now, which one of you dumb men out there? Which one of you dumb men out there are going to be the guinea pig and go, well, I ain't going to lose my job. Or it ain't going to happen to me. Or you think something about you, something in between your legs or inside your mouth is going to make her you're just irresistible. She won't cheat on you. Which one of y'all are willing to be the guinea pig for? Now, the same way, just imagine somebody being like that, and this is somebody's sister. You just don't know that she's like that. Then you meet her, y'all get to talk and get to know each other. Now you lying to your homie about where you going because you sneaking to be with his sister. Now, your excuse to him, as I said earlier, is he wouldn't have understood. He already know how to tell him, but you serious about her. It's not like you just trying to slut her out or nothing like that. Regardless, man, I know those relationships more than likely don't work. And if you really cared about the relationship with the homies, man, you won't do it. Now, for people that go that route, because I know a lot, every situation I know of, it never worked. And I know, people that I've had conversations with this about have always, when they tried to, but nah, it's like this and that, and nah, man, but my intentions is X, Y, Z. I ain't trying to. But one day they like, yo, man, I should have never messed around with her. Yo, man, she taking me to court. I remember this dude was like, yo, man, he's like, Aries, they taking almost $700 out my fucking check, man. Every fucking pay period, he's like, they keep taking my money. He's like, after they take that $700, man, I only got like $300 left. Yeah. He's like, and yo, like, damn, man, yo, this shit killing me, man. I get paid every 2 weeks and blah, blah, blah. And I said, now remember when you and the homie used to be out there hooping and we was all chilling, right? And remember when I was having this conversation with you, he's like, I know. I'm like, yeah. Now, ain't about I told you so. I said, but see, I keep telling y'all got to start thinking like grown-ass men and stop doing childish shit. 700 men. Think about it. I think he said they were taking like $689 every pay period out of his check, man. And he only got paid twice a month because he got paid bi-weekly. So imagine you only got $300 left, man. You got car insurance to pay, and you got an apartment where you paying rent. He was paying rent, not mortgage. But bottom line, you got to buy food, you got to put gas in your car, and if you got to pay your utilities and all that, $300 left. That's all you got left after. And imagine you busting your ass the same way every fucking day to earn your money, and they taking this money. In these situations, man, I mean, just saying, I feel like when you're not loyal, you'll do deceiving things to try to get ahead. And when it comes back to you, you're playing the victim, you feel bad. But one of the worst things that's going to hang over your head, along with, I wish I never met this chick, was the fact that you lied to your homies. And you was basically sneaking around. I've had one of my homies. I had several people, several females come to me trying to you know hold up. Yeah, I mean, I had several of my homies like have like a sister or a cousin or somebody coming like trying. I'm like, nah, it's not happening. And it's not no. I would love to. You're beautiful, but you know that's my best friend. I'm like, nah, it's not happening. I want them. There's no temptation. None of that. Ain't no. I'm thinking. No, it's not happening. We're not even gonna have this conversation again. You know, my sisters are all older than me except for one, and their friends used to be trying to hit on me. You understand what I'm saying? They used to be trying to hit it. You're not no little boy no more. And I was still a minor, 16, 17, but they were still trying to hit on me. You know, so then that's another thing. It's like your homies might start using you to try to get to one of your relatives. So I just feel like, man, you know what? I don't want these problems. And it's because, like I said, man, I value our friendship more than the fact of me meeting your cousin or your sister. Like, you know, people act like these relationships are life changing for the better, man. People are people, man. You know, choose somebody else. It's not easy access just because you know her brother. No, it's like if you didn't know her brother, you wouldn't even be looking at her to try to come at her. Right? If you seen her out somewhere, no, you probably walk right past it. Find somebody else. Um, there's a lot of things I can say about this that I've already, you know, I think I've said enough about it. Y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. I don't trust people like that though. I don't. Your ex is off limits to me. I don't want somebody, because I know that feels nasty to me. I'm sitting here with my chick, she's sitting on my lap, but I know you sitting right there with us like we are one big happy family, and you done all this shit with her that I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like what that just, it's a nasty feeling to me. And it's like, now back in the day, used to call that sloppy seconds, right? You know, or my leftovers. You know, hey, they dated somebody, right? You wasn't their first, but I don't know that person. Don't need to, don't want to know. But me and you cool, and you done had everything I done had with this chick or whatever. Nah, brother, not happening. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Let me know in the comment section though. If it happened to y'all, if y'all know somebody that it happened to, and you probably warned them, like, yo, I don't think you should do that. Hey, you know, or how could you do something like that? I can't trust you if you want my ex or you want my sister. If you walk past my sister or my cousin or whoever and you saw them in the streets, right, you wouldn't even be paying attention to them. Somehow, because it's, you know, my sister, my cousin, whoever, now all of a sudden, yo, you know, I'm trying to, yo, or whatever, because they're around you more. And now all of a sudden, again, you develop this interest. That's whack to me, man. That is really whack to me. I never respected that. And like I said, for people who've done it and it worked for them, okay, it worked for you. But even there's things that I've done, things that I succeeded in, but I wouldn't recommend it for other people without letting them know the possibilities that shit can go wrong. But that's something that's always been off limits to me. Your ex, your sister, your family members. There's other women out there. I don't need to pull somebody from your family. All of a sudden, now I'm in love with your sister, your cousin. Nah, that relationship goes sour, and most of them do. Most relationships don't last, don't go the way people pretend, or the way they fantasize about, like they think they're gonna do something a certain way, and all of a sudden, wow, everything's beautiful, and they live happily ever after. Nah, there's a lot of twists and turns, and in real life, relationships get ruined. But that's my thoughts, and that's where I stand. I stand on integrity. I stand on loyalty, the truth. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. That's all I got for you. Catch you guys in the next video.